What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from sneakerfiles.com, and in this video I'm going to go over all of the best fall 2024 releases from Jordan Brand and Nike. Now, you might be questioning some things, so give me a minute. There's a lot to go over in this intro. I have a big announcement as well. Also, greatly appreciate a thumbs up, and if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. Now, before I break down this video, the special announcement I have is, for the first time ever, I'm releasing a t-shirt. I've been doing Sneaker Files since 2006, and I never released a shirt, but in 2024, it's finally happening. So, the logo you see on the intro, we're going to call this the OG. This is the first drop. There's going to be multiple drops coming throughout 2024, or at least for the rest of 2024 and 2025. Now, as a heads up, this is a pre-order. So once your order is placed, it'll take between 2 to 3 weeks for it to ship out. I will be shipping out everything. It's not going to be done by a third party. And this shirt is limited to 100. So I'm only releasing 100 of this drop. It might be available later down the road, but for now I want to test the waters. And we're only doing 100s. Also, the shirt will be offered in 2 colors. So we have black and gray. My favorite is the black. I like wearing black shirts. Also, both will be limited to 100. So there's only 100 releasing, meaning if 75 people buy the black shirt, there's only going to be 25 of the gray available. They will be available from a small to a 3XL, but if you do need a size outside of that range and you want to support, you can always send me a message at SneakerFiles on Instagram or Twitter. So there will be a link in the description below for you to purchase, or you can go to shop.sneakerfiles.com. Also, below the video, I'm going to try to set up where you can just easily buy it. There'll be like an icon, I believe, below the title. You may have seen it on other people's videos when they have merchandise available. But yeah, I'm super excited about this project because I've never done it. Also, no one is required to buy a shirt, but it's greatly appreciated. And overall, if you buy a shirt or you don't, I just want to say thank you to everybody who shows support, either by watching these videos, liking, being subscribed, sharing, all that good stuff. Greatly appreciated. Now, how I'm doing this video, because some of the images in the thumbnail you might be saying, hey, that's a holiday 2024 release. So, kind of like how I did the summer, we're not going by Jordan Brand's holiday season, but actual season. So, the fall season for us starts on September 22nd. And fall runs until December 21st, and then after that, we have winter. So all of the best shoes from Jordan Brand and Nike that release between September 22nd and December 21st, I'm going to include in this video. We're going to start off by months, and then pairs that we don't have release dates for, that will have its own section. Also, to help everybody out, there will be timestamps down below. And now, let's officially get into these releases. Starting with September, and we're going to talk about the Nike Dunk Low WU-TANG. Now, in my opinion, I don't think these are going to drop in September, but we still have some time before September's over, and that is the rumor going around. So for now, we're going to say September, but I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped in October or even November. Now, this pair was originally made back in 1999. Very, very limited when they first dropped. Multiple rumors have gone around about how many pairs were actually produced. But yeah, we recently received a first look. These are product shots from, I believe, Atmos. So the WU-TANG branding will be stitched on or embroidered rather than some of the photos that were being shown off where it was just like printed on it. Also, what's interesting with this pair is they're not labeled to Quick Strike. So that's good news as far as availability goes. But again, I don't see these being mass produced. I still believe they're going to be somewhat on the limited side, but more stores should get them. Now, again, that's not confirmed. Now, in my regular news videos, I will have more updates on this pair, but the retail price will be $150. Okay, so for a pair we actually have a release date for is the Nike Dunk Low Ceramic. By the time this video goes live, this pair will be releasing in the next several days. Now, this pair is part of the Ugly Duckling series, and they first dropped in 2001. We saw a retro take place in 2020, so Nike is bringing them back once again. And this is a pair that I definitely hope I can pick up, but then again, we'll have to see. It seems like it's somewhat on the limited side. It's labeled a Quick Strike, so not every store will have them. but the release date is September 25th, and the retail price will be $115. The first colorway of Ja Morant's second signature shoe, the Nike Ja 2, will debut in September. This one is known as Induction, and the pair celebrates Ja Morant's induction into the Murray State University Hall of Fame. Now, this pair won't feature any Murray State branding. Some of you may remember that about a month ago, maybe less, he was gifted a pair, which is no surprise, he's Ja Morant, but he was also given a special wooden box. Now, this pair won't come with the wooden box. And what's being reported, although not confirmed, is that the mesh layer on the overlay can be torn away. Now, again, I haven't seen them actually be torn away, so I would wait until somebody else posts photos if that's the route you want to take. Now, as for the release date, this pair will drop on September 26th, and the retail price will be $120. Another pair that I really don't believe is going to release in September, but we do have a release date for it, and that is the Nike LeBron 22 Monopoly. Now, this pair will be an official collaboration with Monopoly. I was able to see the pair early, so what you're looking at is an accurate mock-up, and you can expect more colorways of the LeBron 22 to debut throughout fall. Now, for this one, they were originally scheduled to debut on September 28th. Yes, there's still time for this release to happen. I just feel like it's not going to, because I would think that Nike wants to do a bigger rollout. I could be wrong. Also, the retail price will be $180. Moving on to October, and these next couple of releases don't have specific release dates, but they are expected to debut in October, and the first one is the Nike Air Force 1 Low Halloween. Now, in my previous news video when I showcased these off, somebody said it kind of reminded them of blood or like a scab, and I can see that now. I initially didn't see it. The upper, as you can see on these, is a bit roughed up, but yeah, the overall look does resemble that of a scab. Now, as for other details, it's pretty obvious the standout feature on this pair would be the skull that lands on the toe box. It's made of rubber. There's also a dunk, which I will talk about later on in this video. The same rubber material is used for the swoosh. We also have wax laces. And other than that, we have black detailing throughout. Now, we haven't seen images of the insoles, but I'm a bit curious to see if it has a special design. Now, October 2024 is when they're expected to drop, and the retail price will be $140. I think some people are excited about this one. It's the return of the Nike Air FOAMPOSITE 1 Metallic Copper, or known as Copper. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a specific release date, but they are expected to debut in October. Now, this isn't an OG colorway, but they were originally released in 2010. The last time they dropped was in 2017, and in my opinion, the 2017 pair wasn't that great. Wasn't a fan of them. And the overall theme is inspired by Penny Hardaway's nickname, being Penny. Pennies are made of copper, so kind of a cool theme. I like the colorway. I'm sure most of you do as well. Now, the official colorway is black, metallic copper, and off noir, and the images you're looking at is the official photos from Nike. So this is what we're getting in 2024. Also, the retail price will be $240. Alright, so for October, we're now moving on to pairs which have actual release dates, and the first one is the Nike Air Max 186 POWERWALL BRS. Now, I recently recorded a short on these. I should be uploading this any day now. In hand, these are nice. They're different from the original release, which took place in 2006. For the 2024 pair, it will be the Big Bubble version. And when they originally released, they were part of the POWERWALL series, and these were one of the most limited pairs part of that pack. Now, the official colorway on these is classic green, olive gray, bronzine, and ember glow, and they're scheduled to drop on October 1st for $170. We have a return of a classic colorway of the Nike KD4. This is the Ant Pearl. When they originally dropped, which took place in 2012, a lot of people were hyped about them. They sold out fast. Now, I'm not sure what's going to happen this time around, but if you're a fan of the shoes, I don't think it'll be super difficult to get your hands on them. Again, that's just my opinion. Now, this was the first pair to release part of the Ant Pearl series, and the shoes pay tribute to his Aunt Pearl, who passed away in the year 2000. The official colorway on these is Pink Fire 2, Black, and Metallic Silver, and they're going to release on October 3rd for $130. The next colorway of the Nike Jaw 2 to release is known as Stargazer. At least that's what's confirmed for now. It could be another pair in between the Induction and this one, but they're also called Boldberry due to the colorway, which is Boldberry, Light Lemon Twist, Dark Raisin, and Baltic Blue. Now, one of the unique details on the shoe is on the heels, which has like a starry overlay with a purple backdrop. I think these are nice. I personally like them a bit better than the Induction pair, but my favorite Jaw 2 I'm going to talk about later on in this video. Now for this one, they're scheduled to release on October 3rd, and the retail price will be $120. Alright, so I decided to put these two pairs in October. Initially, they were rumored to release in September, but September, we're getting to the point where it's almost over. I believe by the time this video goes live, there'll be about 10 days left, and it's not looking good for the two. However, it is possible that they could still drop in September. Now, initially, I heard a rumor that the Jin KAZAMA pair of the Tekken 8 Nike Air FOAMPOSITE 1, and again, I want to apologize if I mispronounced anything. I've been trying to get them right, and I've been failing, I know, and I apologize. But I heard that they were expected to drop on October 4th. So it does make sense if they drop on October 4th, or at least the Jin KAZAMA pair, then it makes sense that the Kazu MISHIMA pair will also drop on that day. So the MISHIMA pair, originally there was a shock drop in Vegas at the Tekken 8 tournament, and they were available early. The Jin KAZAMA pair was not available early, although I'm starting to see people pop up with them in hand a bit more, so I do believe a release is just around the corner. Now, more than likely, both of these are going to be limited. They'll probably be released on the Sneakers app and maybe select other boutiques, although that part isn't confirmed. Now, like I mentioned, expected to drop on October 4th, although not confirmed, and the retail price will be $250 each. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I almost didn't include this pair just because I know not many people are probably going to be going after them. However, I have seen people asking about upcoming Eastside Golf collaborations in previous videos, so I'm going to feature one of the two. Now, I'll mention the other one, and the two models that make up this pack, the first one being the Nike Air Max 186 OG Golf. The second is the Nike Air Zoom Victory Tour 3. Now, of the two, obviously the Air Max 1 will be the more popular. Not only that, I'm trying to keep this the best releases. Yes, I'm going a little bit beyond that with some other stuff that might not be considered the best. But as for the Air Max 1, it comes dressed in a white, metallic gold, pure platinum, and cool gray colorway. Now, what makes this pair unique is that you can add swooshes onto the sides. Now, they have these studs on the panels, and you can connect a swoosh to them. And they come with 6 different swooshes, and each swoosh represents something different. Now, just to break those down, the maroon and white swoosh represents Morehouse College. The blue and white is a nod to Spelman College. A mirrored swoosh reflects how you see yourself in the game. A dimpled swoosh represents the dimples on a golf ball. A gold swoosh is for the gold chain in Eastside Golf's logo. And a Chanel swoosh represents Eastside Golf's signature sweater. Now, for this pair and the other one, we have 2 release dates. The first is going to be October 4th, and that will be at Eastside Golf. And the second is on October 7th, and that will be on Nike. The retail price for the Air Max 1 is $180, and the Air Zoom Victory Tour 3 will cost $210. We have a couple Nike Book 1 releases, and one of those is a new pack known as the Sunrise Pack, and this specific pair is known as the Nike Book 1 Sunrise. Now, the inspiration comes from the Arizona sun. The official colorway on these is Beyond Pink, Pink Foam, Vivid Grape, and Celestial Gold. Now, the highlight of this pair is the outsole. It features a translucent finish. You can't fully see it in the photos, but you can kind of see it on the outside, and that will gradient from purple to gold. Now, a lot of people are questioning where is the heel tabs on these, and I have no idea. I'm not sure why they're removed or if these particular images is of a sample, but as for the release details, this pair will drop on October 10th, and the retail price will be $140. So we have a potential release date for the Nike Dunk Low Halloween. Now I say potential because it hasn't been confirmed, but this pair also features a large rubber skull on the toe box, which is obviously the standout feature of this shoe. Rubber also lands on the swoosh, and then on the panels we have green, and it's kind of like a cracked detailing going throughout. Black hits the base as well. They appear to come with a second set of laces. In them is like a brown shade, which matches the liner and the gum outsole, but they'll also come with black wax laces. Of the two, between the Air Force One and the Dunk, I'm definitely more of a fan of the Dunk. I think it's a little more colorful. I like that shade of green. Now, as you can see in a lot of areas as well, this shoe features cracked leather. I wonder if that will eventually chip off. Now, the insoles kind of have like a splatter effect. It's kind of hard to tell with these images. I'm sure when we get the official photos, you'll see a clear shot of the insole so we can actually see what's going on. Now, as for the release date, they are expected to drop on October 24th, and the retail price will be $130. Throughout this video, there will be a handful of JA2 releases. It's not that I'm favoring it or anything. It's just that we have confirmed release dates for a lot of these, and they recently popped up. But dropping for Halloween is the Nike JA2 Nightmare, and this is probably my favorite colorway of the JA series so far. Now, this pair features a University Red, Celestial Gold, Black, and Jade Horizon colorway. And what I like about the shoes is the zombie hands, which looks like they're coming up from the ground, and that lands on the heels. Speaking of the heels, we also have what appears to be cat eyes, which are mismatched, and the jaw branding on the tongue will also be mismatched. Gold fills in the swoosh, and then pretty much the entire upper is done in red. And then we have a black midsole and a mostly red rubber outsole. These are pretty nice. I probably would pick these up if I see them on sale. But as for now, the release date is October 25th, and the retail price will be $150. We have another Nike Book 1. This will join the Halloween pack from Nike Basketball, and in my opinion, it's not a bad shoe. Now, this pair features a black, white, and clay orange colorway. Now, as you can see, the swoosh on the sides, it kind of looks like stitching or something Frankenstein would have. I guess that would be stitches. And some of them look like bones if you look closely. Also, we have more stitching on the tongues, done in orange. And then the heels, which feature chapter 1, it has this spooky font. Now, in my previous video, I asked some people, what is that font from? Some people said The Twilight Zone. I believe somebody or a few people said Nightmare Before Christmas. And both of those seem to be right. I'm not sure exactly which one, but I could definitely see one or the other. Now, this pair is set to drop on October 30th, so just before Halloween, and the retail price will be $140. This is a pair that has grown on me a lot. It's the Nike Kobe 5 PROTRO X-Ray, and I do believe this will be a Halloween release. I mean, it makes sense since the release date is on Halloween, but this shoe is a tribute to the Nike t-shirt that he wore, showcasing an X-ray of his broken hand and his 5 championship rings. Now, that shirt is also going to return, and this pair features a deep royal blue, Baltic blue, and glacier blue colorway. Now, one thing about this pair that some people like or hate, it features a skeleton across the upper part of the shoe. I think it's decent. It reminds me of the Air Force Ones that were dropped several Halloweens in a row, which I got really tired of that pair. But what I will say about this shoe is the colors of blue used, I'm actually a big fan of. And that is due to the colors of an X-ray. I can already see these being hard to obtain. They have a theme to them. I know some Kobe's have been sitting, but I honestly would be surprised if these didn't sell out. But again, we'll have to see. Now, as for the release details, this pair will drop on October 31st, and the retail price will be $190. Alright, so we're moving into November, and the first pair we're going to talk about is the Nike JA2 Night Vision. This pair features a black, phantom, light smoke gray, and light lemon twist colorway. It's not a bad shoe. I definitely see these hitting outlets, so if this is something you like, be patient, you'll be able to get them on sale. Now, they're going to drop on November 1st, and the retail price will be $120. Jordan Poole has his own Nike GT Cut 3 PE dropping in November, and this pair features a pale ivory, metallic gold, cell, alabaster, and lightning soft yellow colorway. As you can see, it features ivory throughout. We have gold on the swoosh logos and liner. It also comes with speckled details on the midsole, and a sun is embroidered on the tongues, which is said to be a nod to his bright future. On the insoles, we have an image of a basketball court, as well as his name and his signature. Other details includes a sign that reads beach and a semi-translucent yellow rubber outsole. Now, these are going to drop on November 11th for $190. The second pair, part of the Sunrise and Sunset pack of the Nike Book 1, won't drop until November. This pair is known as Sunset, and again is inspired by the Arizona sun. This pair features a court purple, total orange, taupe gray, and sundial colorway. It also lacks the heel tab. I'm not sure what's going on with these, if this is photos of a sample or if this is how they're actually going to be released. But you can also see a clear shot of the outsole. It will kind of gradient from a pinkish purple hue to orange to yellow. And then the upper is made up of mostly purple. Now, this pair will drop on November 15th, and the retail price will be $140. Not only do we have the KD 4 Ant Pearl releasing, but Kevin Durant's latest signature shoe, the Nike KD 17, will also release in the Ant Pearl theme. So we recently received a first look at the shoes, and this pair features a pink foam and beyond pink colorway, utilizing pink across the upper, which also fills in the TPU overlays. A darker shade of pink hits the swoosh and a section of the midsole. And then on the heels, we have a unique design, which also reads AP, which stands for Ant Pearl, and then KD, which stands for Kevin Durant, obviously. The upper on the shoe also features a floral design. It's very subtle. And then the tongue labels have a pearlescent finish. I'm a fan of the KD 17, and I like what this pair represents. The color blocking is nice as well, and they're also going to drop on November 15th, and the retail price will be $160. I still think it's a bit odd, the release date for this shoe. It's the Nike KD 4 Christmas. They're going to drop in November. Typically, Christmas shoes drop in December, but at least this way, it'll give people enough time to buy them, have them shipped, and wear them in time if you're going to wear them on Christmas Day. Now, this is an original colorway, which was dropped back in 2011, and the official colorway is metallic copper and black. Now, the overall look doesn't really scream Christmas. However, on the insoles, it does have Christmas vibes. It features KD's logo and a lightning bolt made up of cookies. It also has a red to a darker shade of red gradient on the base. I guess you could say the upper could be garland. But yeah, these are decent. I like them. And they're scheduled to release on November 20th for $130. We have a couple drops in December. Now, technically, fall is over on December 21st, and the pair that I have a release date for, the second pair, goes past the 21st. But I didn't want to just not include it, so it's only one shoe. But the first one I'm going to talk about is the Nike Kobe 9 Elite PROTRO Christmas. Now, for those that don't know, this is an original colorway, which was released back in 2014. So to celebrate the 10th anniversary, Nike Basketball is bringing them back. And the images you're looking at is the 2014 pair. We haven't seen a first look at the 2024. And the official colorway is bright crimson, black, and white. Now, these are currently scheduled to debut on December 12th. The release date could change, and the retail price will be $240. The last pair to go over for December, and it's a little bit past fall, technically this would be winter, is the Nike Jaw 2 Christmas. Now this pair features a light silver, metallic gold, and iron gray colorway. This pair has a lot of interesting designs which covers the panels. It kind of looks like a Christmas tree in one of them, and then the star that you would usually put on the top of the Christmas tree. They also come with a metallic gold hang tag of a Christmas tree with Jaws logo within it. That same design is seen on the tongues. We also have metallic gold on the swoosh and an icy blue translucent outsole with metallic gold details. Now this pair is scheduled to release on December 26th, and the retail price will be $130. Now, these upcoming pairs we don't have releases for, but they are expected to either release late September, October, November, or December. So it'll still align with the whole fall theme, maybe not by Nike standards, but as far as the actual seasons go. And the first two pairs I'm going to talk about is the upcoming NIGO Nike Air Force 3 Low. Now, for those that don't know, there is two colorways. One will come dressed in white and multicolor, and the second will come in blue void. Now, both pairs feature kind of a Bape vibe, which is odd because back in the day, for those that don't know, NIGO founded Bape. He basically had a rip-off shoe of the Air Force 1 Low, but he would add these very vibrant colors and patent leather materials. These kind of have that vibe to them. Now, the white and multicolor pair isn't as vibrant as the blue void, and from the photos, it doesn't look like there's much patent leather compared to the other, but overall, I think both are very nice. And as for the white multicolor pair, this one features a white, university red, tour yellow, pink foam, blue void, and lucky green colorway. Now, the blue void pair will feature a blue void, university red, tour yellow, and pink foam colorway. Unfortunately, we don't have a release date for the two. Should be dropping soon, and the retail price will be $160 each. We have two upcoming NOCTA Nike Hot Step 2 releases. Now, the image used is just a mock-up of the mint foam pair. We don't know how it's going to look, but the official colorway is mint foam, chrome, and university gold. Now, the second pair is known as RATTAN, and this pair features a rattan, chrome, and university gold colorway. Now, we did see a first look at the rattan pair, so the image you're looking at is what's actually dropping. But unfortunately, we don't have a release date for the two, but they're expected to drop soon, and the retail price will be $200 each. Aside from the initial unveiling, there really hasn't been much more information on the Nike Air FOAMPOSITE Pro Wolf Gray. Now, the image used is just a mock-up. We don't know how it's going to look. I decided to include it because if they do drop, it's going to be somewhat of a dope release. Unfortunately, we don't know the color blocking, and I haven't heard additional information since the initial leak. So if they're still going to drop during fall, then we should be getting a first look soon. And the official colorway is Wolf Gray and Black. The retail price is expected to be $230. The While You Were Sleeping collection from MANIERE still has several releases to go, aside from Jordan Brand, and one of those releases is the Air Max 95. Now, this pair I'm most excited for from MANIERE and Nike, and this shoe, along with all the others, celebrate the boutique's 10th anniversary. The official colorway on these is Dark Violet Ore and Burgundy Ash. We only have the one photo for now, but I'm sure we'll get a detailed look very soon. Unfortunately, no release date. Fall 2024 is when they're going to drop, and the retail price will be $190. The other pair from MANIERE that people are waiting for is the Nike Air Force 1 Low While You Were Sleeping. So again, we only have the one image for now, but in my opinion, these are looking very clean as well. The official colorway on these is Sesame, Silver, and White. Now, although these are releasing during fall, for Nike, their seasons, they could drop this fall, although fall's almost over from Nike. So technically, holiday season is just around the corner. That starts on October 1st. So more than likely, these are going to drop for Nike's holiday season collection. And the retail price will be $150. For fans of the Nike Dunk Low, not an SB, we have a unique pair coming up. This is known as the COJP What The. In 2017, Nike introduced the What The Nike Dunk Low under its Japan exclusive COJP series. And if you missed out on this pair, Nike is bringing them back to retailers. So what this is kind of like a Be True to Your School series, and includes colors representing Syracuse, Michigan, St. John's, and Kentucky. It's a mashup giving it a What The nickname. I remember there was a point when the Nike Dunk Low Kentucky, Syracuse, St. John's, they were very, very popular when they dropped. I don't know if they still have the same effect as they once did if Nike were to bring them back. I think they're dope. They're just simple, clean colorways. But for this one, they're going to drop between September and December. The images you're looking at is the 2017 pair, and the retail price will be $125. Moving on to some Nike SB Dunk releases, we have the Nike SB Dunk Low City of Theater releasing. Some are calling them City of Cinema, but I was told it's known as City of Theater. The official colorway is Celestial Gold, Black, Dark Team Red, Armory Navy, and Baroque Brown. I remember when images first circulated of the shoe, it had like a stain across the midsole. That is a sample version. As you guys know, the images you're looking at is what's going to be released. And this is part of the City series from Nike Skateboarding, which connects to Paris. Also on the insoles, they have a unique design of a theater. They have those theater masks. I'm not sure exactly what they're called. Around the heels, we have Velvet, which also lands on the tongue. And I'm a fan of whenever Velvet hits an SB. I don't know why. It just makes them look so much better in my opinion. But for this pair, unfortunately, no release date, but they will be dropping between September and December, and the retail price will be $125. Nicole House will release her own Nike SB Dunk Low soon. We recently received a first look, and the pair features a white University Blue, Midnight Navy, and Pure Platinum colorway. Now, as you can see for this one, it features white leather on the base. We have blue plaid on the swoosh, and the same shade of blue hits the liner, and other small details throughout. Now, it also comes with a unique chain and a charm, which connects from the lateral side to the heels. We also have Nicole House on the tongues, and then the Nike on the heel is actually cut out, so underneath it you see more of that blue plaid. Other details includes a white midsole and a matching rubber outsole. So for this one, again, they could drop between September and December, and the retail price will be $125. This is a shoe you either love or hate, and this is the Wizard of Oz Nike SB Dunk Low, which is an official collaboration with the Wizard of Oz. So this pair is inspired by the scene from Wizard of Oz when Dorothy was laying in a poppy field, and the upper on the shoe can actually be torn away, and then underneath it, we have red leather. They also come with Wizard of Oz branding on the tongues, and then across the heels, we have No Place Like Home. The insoles also feature unique branding with the Wicked Witch of the West and whatever the monkeys' names are in the movie. I think they're the Flying Monkeys, and then Nike SB branding. So again, no specific release date for this shoe, but they are expected to be a quick strike, so they're going to be on the limited side, and the retail price will be $135. So expect a release more than likely to take place during Nike's holiday season, which will probably be anywhere between October and December. Dropping for Nike's holiday 2024 season, although it will be technically fall for us, is the Stash Nike Air Force 1 Low. Now, this pair will be returning, although with the twist, it's not a one-on-one of the OG. The 2024 pair will feature a winterized rebuild. Although the blocking itself is similar to the OG from 2006, it comes with nylon on the base, and the shoes are expected to be water resistant. I do wish they dropped a one-on-one of the OG, but honestly, I'm not mad at this. I'd rather them drop this than the original design that Nike had planned to go forward with. The official colorway on these is Soft Gray, Varsity Royal, and Harbor Blue. We don't have a specific release date, but the retail price will be $160. So also expected to release is the Stash Nike Air Max 95, and what's shown is a mock-up. However, this was what I was initially shown and was told that this is the upcoming Stash collaboration. Now, it's very possible that Stash could have scrapped this idea and gone with the OG look. I'll include an image of the OG pair in this video, and instead maybe they'll have a winterized makeover like the Air Force 1 Low. But the Air Max 95 was originally released in 2006. And as for the 2024 pair, we don't have a specific release date nor colorway, nor do we have a style code. But they are expected to return, and we should be getting a first look soon if they're still going to be released. And let me know your thoughts between the two in the comment section below. Which one would you rather have, the Air Force 1 or the Air Max 95? For me, it's a tough one, but I'm probably going to have to lean towards the Air Force 1. We have another classic returning. This time it's the Nike Air Zoom Spiridon in Sport Red. So this pair originally released in 1997, and in 2024 they're going to return. Now the images you're looking at are the 2024 release. I believe they were shown off on a sneakers live stream sometime back. Overall, I'm definitely happy with the look. I've always been a fan of this model. And the official colorway is Metallic Silver, Sport Red, black, and white. Now, we don't have a specific release date for these, but more than likely they're going to be released between October and December, and the retail price will be $160. Travis Scott will release a new colorway of his Nike Zoom Field Jacks highlighted in light chocolate. So that is the nickname. The official colorway on these is white and light chocolate. Now, I do believe there's going to be more colors used in the official color description. As you could see, there's like this cream hue, and then we have brown throughout. I think this model is decent. I'm not too big of a fan of the colorway, but if you are, they're going to drop between October and December, and the retail price will be $170. Just a couple days ago, we received a first look at the CORTEIZ Nike Air Max 95 in Tour Yellow. So this will be the fourth colorway between CORTEIZ and Nike of the Air Max 95 to release. And in my opinion, these are pretty dope. They align with pretty much all of the other pairs. It comes dressed in all black, and then we have Tour Yellow detailing throughout. We also have CORTEIZ branding on the lateral side, unique branding on the tongues and heels. They'll also come with reflective 3M detailing on the heels. Constructed with mostly leather, we do have some mesh up top, and the unique toggle lacing system. Overall, these are pretty dope. They will be on the limited side, and they're going to drop between October and December. The retail price is $190. Also expected to release from CORTEIZ is the Nike Air Trainer HUARACHE. Now, we have yet to see a first look at this shoe, nor do we know the colorway or any specific details. This is pretty much rumors at this point, although I have heard from some reliable sources that they are coming. But yeah, just wanted to give you the heads up. No specific release date, no retail price, no colorway. This is more of a heads up, but initially expected to release in fall. Technically, we're almost done with Nike sportswear fall releases. So if they're going to drop, it'll be in the holiday season, or they could have been moved to 2025. Possibly releasing in 2024 is the Nike Kobe 9 PROTRO EM Gift to Mamba. Now, just a heads up, this is just a mock-up. We don't know how it's actually going to look. And the official colorway is black, metallic gold, and black. Now, I did hear, although not confirmed, that these have been pushed until 2025. So it's not confirmed yet, but I do want to put that out there in case they don't drop between October and December. I should be getting an official confirmation soon, and once I do that, I'll update you in a following news video, and the retail price should be $190. This is potentially my number one pickup from Nike for the fall season, and that is the Nike Air FLIGHTPOSITE Metallic Gold. This is also known as the Nike Air FLIGHTPOSITE 1. This is an original colorway that was launched back in 1999 and was worn on court by Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett. One thing I dislike about the shoe is what they did to the medial side. The outsole where it comes up is a lot thinner. I'm just not a fan of that look. It's very different compared to the OG. A lot of people that are fans of this model have been complaining about it. Hopefully Nike changes that with the 2025 releases, but again, I'm not entirely sure what their plans are with that. And for this pair, the official colorway is metallic gold, black, metallic silver, white, and black. So they're going to drop between October and December, and the retail price will be $240. Swarovski has another Nike Air Max Plus pack dropping, and this includes two shoes, one known as Sunset, the other known as Moonlight. The Sunset pair will come dressed in black, fire red, pimento, bright ceramic, and Saturn gold, while the Moonlight pair will come dressed in black, white, and black. So for the Sunset pair, it'll feature the Swarovski crystals across the base, while the Moonlight pair, the crystals will land on the overlays and outlines the swoosh. As most of you know, both will come with a high retail price. So the retail price is $450 each. Definitely not cheap. They will be on the limited side, and they should drop between October and December. Nike will also release the Doernbecher Freestyle 20 collection, which includes multiple pairs from the brand. There's also a pair of Air Jordans dropping, but I'll talk about that when I get to the Air Jordan section later on in the video. Now, the entire collection will be unveiled on October 18th, and for now, all we know is the models. We don't know the specific colorways, release dates, nothing like that. But from Nike, we have the Air Max DN, We also have the Air 180, which I'm excited to see a first look of. The Sabrina 2. We also have the Air Zoom Pegasus 41, which will be a women's release. And then we have the Air Max Thunder, which will be a women's release. Now, the Air Max DN will retail at $170. The Air 180 will cost $160. The Sabrina 2 will retail for $130. The Air Zoom Pegasus 41 will cost $130. And the Air Max Thunder will retail at $185. This collection has a lot of potential. I'm a big fan of the Air 180. And some of these we should be getting a first look soon, including the Air Jordan. I'm seeing some teaser images, which they're horrible teaser photos, so there's really nothing to go off of on that. Okay, so with Jordan Brand, we're going to do something a little bit different. Now, at the end of Nike, I talked about the fall releases between late September and December. But to start off Jordan Brand, we're going to talk about the releases that are dropping for late September through December. Now, the reason for that is that there's a lot less releases from Jordan Brand that do not have release dates. There's only 3 shoes, so I feel like it would be better to do it this way. But the first 2 are going to be lumped up into one, and that is the Who Decides War Jordan Flight Court. Now, we have 2 colorways, the Off Noir pair, which recently received a first look, and then the pair known as simply black. Now, the black pair was what we initially saw. That was our first look at the model, but there's also a third one that's dropping in 2025, so it's not going to be in this video. But the Off Noir pair comes dressed in Off Noir, varsity red, and white. The black pair features black, varsity red, Off Noir, and muslin. Now, the 2 will share the same materials, including nubuck, canvas, and leather. Now, in previous videos, what I was calling a door for the Who Decides War logo is actually a shape of a bullet, and I probably missed that. I mean, it makes sense. Who Decides War isn't a door company. But the 2 will also feature unique stitching, which gives them a distressed look. Now, it seems like a lot of people are fans of the model. I have seen some GR colorways that nobody is going to buy. Trust me when I say it. We'll get a first look probably soon. Those are 2025 releases, and I'll let you guys be the judge of that. And no specific release date, but they're going to be released between late September and December. Also, the retail price will be $115. As well, both pairs will debut in women's sizing. As most of you know, each year we have a Doernbecher collection from Nike. Now, earlier in the video, I went over what's dropping from Nike, but on Jordan's side, we have one shoe, and that will be the Air Jordan 6. Now, I've been seeing a few preview photos, and these preview photos are just blurred out. So I don't even want to share them. There's no point because you can't even tell what's going on, other than it appears that it's going to be lighter colors, if that makes sense. I don't even know why people would share that. Now, other than that, we really don't have much information. Unfortunately, we don't have a colorway. We do know the retail price, which is said to be $200. I'm a little bit shocked about that, but I'm not complaining. I thought it would be a bit higher. And the collection as a whole will be officially unveiled on October 18th. So a little less than a month away, we'll be able to see a first look at each shoe. Also with these, more than likely, they're going to be released in late November or December. We have a few releases for September from Jordan Brand that I wanted to go over. Now, hopefully this shoe has not released. My plans is to drop this video Friday, but what might keep me from dropping it Friday if the store is not set up for the t-shirts. That's been giving me a bit of trouble, so I'm trying to get that through. So if I hold off and drop this on Monday, I do apologize. This would have already released, but we have the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Mocha, and in my opinion, in hand, these are really, really nice. Now, essentially what we have here is a low top version of the Air Jordan 1 High OG, which dropped back in 2020. I did do a short on these, so if you want to check that out, there will be a link in the description below. And as for the release date, this pair will drop on September 21st. Hopefully that will be tomorrow and not a couple days prior, and the retail price will be $140. Also expected to release in September is the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low OG Medium Olive. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this colorway. However, if you are and you want a chance to purchase or own a pair of Travis Scott shoes, the good news about this is what I'm hearing is the stock is one of the highest. So it'll still be hard to obtain, but I think it'll be a bit easier compared to previous Travis Scott collabs. So that is a positive, of course. Now, this pair will feature a medium olive, black, cell, and muslin, and at the time of recording, they haven't popped up on the sneakers app, nor have they popped up on any release calendars, websites for stores. So again, it's possible that this could get delayed. It has been delayed once. And what's weird is these were supposed to drop in 2025, but they were pushed forward. So yeah, these have been kind of all over the place. But for now, it looks like September 28th is the release date, and the retail price will be $150. The last pair I'm going to go over for September is the Air Jordan 12 in black and wolf gray. This pair is also known as Barons due to the colorway, and we did see the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Barons drop earlier in the year, and that shoe was to celebrate the 30th anniversary when MJ played for the Barons. Now, when I posted a short about these, because I dropped one several days ago, a lot of people stated that this reminded them of a Raiders shoe, and I could see it. It does remind me of the Raiders. So if you're a fan of the Raiders, this would also be a great pickup. But if you want something just simple and two-tone, well, technically there's 3 colors, but something simple, this would be a great pickup. Also, I don't think they're going to sell out. Probably not, but they're more than likely going to go on sale. So if you can be patient, hold off on these. Now, they're scheduled to release on September 28th. They will be available in full family sizing, so men's will cost $200, grade school will cost $160, preschool is priced at $100, and toddler sizes will cost $85. October has some strong releases from Jordan Brand, and the first one I'm going to talk about doesn't have a specific release date. This is the Jordan Tatum 3 Floral. I believe the shoe was featured in some promo images on the latest NBA 2K. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure. And this pair features a white, black, and kinetic green colorway. Now for this one, we don't have a specific release date, but October is when they're expected to drop, and the retail price will be $125. We have the clean colorway of the Air Jordan 1 Low 85 dropping in October. If you're a fan of the model, which I am, this would be a very dope pickup. Now, in my opinion, this is another shoe that will go on sale, so be patient on them. But this pair is known as metallic black, and the specific colorway on these is white, black, and neutral gray. So the upper on these feature white leather throughout, and then we have metallic black on the swoosh and heel overlay. Some black also hits the liner and tongue branding, and then we have gray on the rubber outsole. So to me, these remind me of the neutral gray Air Jordan 1 Low 85s, but we have black on the swooshes and some other areas. But this would be a great shoe to beat up because in my opinion, the Air Jordan 1 Low 85 looks really good when it's worn. But they're going to drop on October 2nd, and the retail price will be $160. Releasing in women's sizing, we have the Air Jordan 1 High OG Satin Shadow. Now, recently I had these in hand. I did record a short. I'm going to be dropping that soon. I will say they're decent in hand. One thing I noticed is that on one pair, it had a stain on it, and that stain kind of ripples due to the satin. It's hard to explain. I'm not sure if I really picked it up in the video or not. I still need to edit it. But that's one of the drawbacks of satin materials, and I feel like if you get any stains on it, it'll be hard to remove. Plus, it looks a lot bigger than the actual stain is. There was like a little dot, and then throughout it, it was discoloration. So it was really annoying to me. But if you're a fan of the colorway, these are a dope shoe. It's obviously an original colorway. It's just now they're going to be built with satin material. And in my opinion, this is going to be a pair that goes on sale. I recently picked up the satin breads, and those dropped last year, and I got them for, $80. So these, I would be patient. You'll definitely be able to get them under retail. But they're going to drop on October 5th, and the retail price will be $180. In about the middle of October, the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Howard will release. Now, in my opinion, these are really nice in hand. I like them a lot. And unfortunately, they will not feature Howard branding. Now, the initial mock-up that I put out months ago, they decided to change the direction of how they're going to look. But I do find it weird because they don't have Howard branding, but Jordan Brand will be releasing Howard apparel. So there's obviously a direct connection between the two. It just lacks any of the school's branding, which kind of is a letdown. I know a lot of people want to represent, and this is really cool. Now, don't get me wrong, the color blocking and how these look is still great. It does have some age detailing, which covers the tongue, and the mini swoosh on the toe is also a nice touch in my opinion. But the official colorway on these is white, gym red, midnight navy, neutral gray, cell, and muslin, and they're going to drop on October 12th for $140. Now, this information came out months and months ago, and that is Awake NY will release a second colorway of the Jordan Airship in Game Royal. So this pair is supposed to look identical to the University Red pair, but instead of red, we have blue. Now, since the initial information came out, I haven't heard anything new, nor have we seen any leaks, but it's still very possible they could drop in October. We still have some time before October's here. Maybe in the next several weeks, we'll start seeing first looks, or I should say better in-hand looks, because technically this is the first look. But this pair is definitely nice. I've been hearing a lot of great things about the first collaboration. The materials are great, so this would be a nice pickup, at least for me. I'm more of a fan of blue, but if you plan on picking these up, October 16th is the expected release date, and the retail price will be $150. So the first pair of the Jordan Tatum 3 that we actually have a release date for is known as 10K Hours, and this pair will drop in October. So this pair is inspired by Tatum's work ethic, and I'll be honest, I wasn't a fan of the Jordan Tatum 3 when I first saw it. I thought they were really ugly, but these have grown on me a lot. Now, I saw a blue and navy pair that Tatum was wearing, I believe, during the Olympics. That pair I really hope releases because I like the colorway on those. And the official colorway on these is Seafood, Apricot Agate, Spruce Aurora, Arctic Orange, and Quartz Patina. Also, some unique details do land on the shoes. Down the heels, we have the phrases "do the work" and "never settle." Across the insoles, we have 10K Hours, which of course, that's where the shoes receive its nickname. So for this one, they're going to drop on October 17th, and the retail price will be $125. Now, this will be a big release from Jordan Brand, and this is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Black Toe Reimagined. Now, I've gone over these multiple times in past videos, so most of us already know the breakdown of the shoe, but for those who don't, this is an OG colorway, but they're going to be reimagined, so they're going to come with a twist. It features Air Jordan text on the ankle instead of the Wings logo, which is inspired by the original sample. Now, there was a game that MJ played, and after that game, he would sign his sample pair to a friend, and he wrote "My Very Best" and then signed it Michael Jordan. Now, this shoe will feature that on the medial side collar. Now, that text will be subtle. Initially, we saw photos where it kind of stood out. That's a whole different story on those images, but what's actually going to be released, you won't be able to see it from a couple feet away. Maybe a little bit further than that, but it's not going to stand out like we all thought it would when those images came out. They'll also come with special packaging, and the packaging features a picture of MJ with the shoes over his shoulder. Overall, these are really dope. I like them. It seems like a lot of people are excited about them. Now, although not confirmed, there's been some rumors that a shock drop could happen, and it's very possible. Although I don't have the confirmation on that yet, but of course I would keep my eyes open. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll probably tweet about it. If I have some time beforehand, maybe I'll do it in a news video or a short on YouTube. Sometimes it's kind of like last minute information, so I don't have enough time to put a video together. But these are going to drop on October 18th. They will be available in full family sizing. So men's will cost $180, grade school will cost $140, preschool is priced at $85, and toddler sizes will cost $70. This will be another popular release in October. It's the Air Jordan 4 Orchid. Now, a lot of people are hyped about them, not just women, because for those that don't know, this is a women's release, but a lot of men are as well. Now, these also recently had a release date change. They were supposed to drop in early October, I believe on the 5th, but they've been delayed until October 26th. I'm not going to lie, overall, these are really nice. I would be surprised if they didn't sell out. As most of you know, the Jordan 4, they sell fast. Most colorways, there's some that sit, but if it's a somewhat popular color scheme, it's going to sell. So this pair will feature an orchid, neutral gray, black and white colorway, and they're going to drop on October 26th for $215. Dropping exclusively in kids sizing, we have the Air Jordan 4 Pure Platinum. The official colorway on these is Pure Platinum Metallic Gold Cell in Black. And in my opinion, if this is something you like, I would hold off. They're going to go on sale. On this pair, Pure Platinum hits most of the upper, which is constructed with leather. And the Pure Platinum shade almost looks like a light blue in these images. We also have black on the mudguard, mesh netting, eyelets, and the heel tabs. And then we have metallic gold on the Jumpman branding, a cell midsole in Pure Platinum on the rubber outsole. So if you're interested in these, they drop on November 1st. And the retail price will be $160. All right, so you guys are probably going to call me crazy, but for me, this is the #1 pickup for fall or part of Jordan Brand's holiday season, and that is the Air Jordan 14 Black Toe. Now, this is a first look at the 2024 pair. These images come from JD Sports. And I know a lot of people are going to call me crazy and because we have the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement returning this month, but for me, the Air Jordan 14 is my favorite model of all time, and the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement is my #2 pickup. Now, for those that don't know, this is an original colorway which dropped back in 1998. We did see a retro in 2006, however, it was different. For that pair, it featured ribbing on the panels, and the last time we saw the shoes drop was in 2014. So for me, this is 100% pickup. They're going to drop on November 2nd. The retail price in men's sizing is $210 and grade school will cost $150. One thing to take note on with 14s, typically Jordan Brand doesn't produce a ton of pairs because in their mind, they don't do well. And that might be true, but I do believe an OG colorway would do pretty well. So hopefully everybody who wants this shoe is able to pick them up. Another shoe dropping in November that a lot of people are looking forward to is the Air Jordan 4 Fear. Now, there is a possibility these could shock drop as well. And the reason I think it could happen is because official photos loaded really early on these. It was this pair, the Air Jordan 1 High OG Black Toe Reimagined, and the Air Jordan 11 Legend Blue. Official photos for all three of those shoes loaded really early, and typically that only happens if a shoe was originally expected to debut somewhat soon and they were delayed. That isn't the case with those three. Now again, this is just speculation, it's not confirmed, but for those that don't know, this isn't an OG colorway, but they dropped back in 2013, part of the Fear Pack, which includes the Air Jordan 3, the Air Jordan 4, and the Air Jordan 5. So the Air Jordan 3 returned last year. In 2024, we have the 4. It's a possibility we see the 5 in 2025, although I have yet to receive confirmation on that. Also, the overall theme is inspired by the 2008 Become Legendary campaign. There was a commercial featuring Michael Jordan, and I believe it was for the rollout of the Air Jordan 23. There's a quote that he says during the commercial, "I'm scared of what I won't become, you're scared of what I could become," and that is featured on the insoles. Now, I believe that won't be the case for the 2024 pair. I believe it'll be on the packaging. And as for the release date, this pair is set to drop on November 9th. They will be available in full family sizing, so men's will cost $215, grade school is priced at $160, preschool will cost $100, and toddler sizes will cost $85. This is a pair I've been waiting to get a first look of, and this is the Air Jordan 11 Bread Velvet. Now, what is shown is a mock-up that Z Sneakerhead Z and I did months, and I mean months ago, but they are expected to look like this, and essentially what we have is the Bread Air Jordan 11, but instead of leather and patent leather, Jordan Brand is going to replace it with velvet materials. So when images initially came out, there was like a 50-50 divide. Some people liked them, some people disliked them, but you know, with additional updates like a release date and so forth, it seems that people were more leaning towards buying. Now, for those who don't know, this will be a women's exclusive release, and we should be getting a first look soon. I have no idea when, but it should be coming soon. So the official colorway on these is black, gym red, and white, and they're scheduled to drop on November 11th, and the retail price will be $230. We have at least one Travis Scott Jordan Jumpman Jack TR dropping in Jordan Brand's holiday season, but will actually be for fall, and that is the Dark Mocha iteration. Now, this recently had a release date change. I believe they were supposed to drop on October 4th, but they've been delayed until November. And the official colorway on these is Dark Mocha, Black, and Cell. In my opinion, this is one of the better colorways of the Jordan Jumpman Jack TR. But again, that's just my opinion, and they're scheduled to drop on November 13th. The retail price will be $200. I know some people have been asking me about an update on the Air Jordan 9 Olive, and unfortunately, I don't have any updates, but they are still releasing. Now, I think some people thought they may have been scrapped because there was a ton of Jordans that have been scrapped. This isn't one of them, and the images you're looking at is the 2024 release. The photos are from Size, and it looks slightly off compared to the OG. So for those who don't know, this is an original colorway. They released back in 1993. We saw the first retro release in 2002, and then the last retro was in 2012. I will say that the overall shape is way better compared to the 2012. And as you can see, the shade of brown used, it could be due to the lighting, but it should be more of an olive hue, more of like a green undertone. I'm not really seeing that here, but I will give it credit because the leather looks better than the 2012. The leather quality on those 9s that dropped around 2012 were horrible in my opinion. The shape was bad as well. So Jordan Brand has been giving some solid updates to the Air Jordan 9. I know the powder blue is another pair that I'm a big fan of. But for this pair, they're going to drop on November 16th, and the retail price will be $210. I'm sure this is a lot of people's #1 release from Jordan Brand's Holiday 2024 collection, which will actually drop in fall, and that is the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement. Now, there's been a lot of ups and downs with this shoe. We saw a first look. A lot of people weren't happy, including myself. A second look, which turned out to be fake photos, and then more images came out, and it seems that a lot of people are much happier with the overall shape. Now, are they perfect? No, but I'm pretty much over complaining about them just because I've done it so much. And I'll be honest, I still plan on buying them. I'm sure a lot of us do as well, even if we are upset. And just to run it back, for those who don't know, I'm sure everybody does, this is an OG colorway, which first dropped in 1988. We saw the first retro take place in 1994, then a second retro took place in 2001. In 2008, Jordan Brand released the shoes, but it was part of the Countdown pack and included the Air Jordan 20. We saw the release 2 more times, once in 2011 and then the last time in 2018. Initially, these were supposed to be reimagined, but they are not. They're the OG. For the longest time, people still believed that they were supposed to be reimagined until we started to get a first look. So these are supposed to be a GR. However, there is a ton of hype for them, so they might be somewhat on the difficult side to purchase. This is another pair I believe will be available via the shock drop. There's no way, in my opinion, these go on sale. Now, do they sell out first day? Maybe not, and the only reason I say that is because Jordan Brand is producing a lot of pairs. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't enter raffles and, do the legwork that you need to do in order to obtain them. You got to make sure all that is completed. Now, for this pair, they're scheduled to release on November 23rd. They will be available in full family sizing. So for men's, it'll cost $220, grade school will cost $150, preschool sizes will cost $90, and toddler sizes will retail at $75. Last up for November, we have the release of the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Game Royal. Now, this is close to the Air Jordan 1 High OG Game Royal that was released in 2018. However, there are some differences. For example, the tongue, it is not black on this pair, it's going to be white. And then the midsoles on this one is going to be aged. On the Air Jordan 1 High OG Game Royal, that pair featured a white midsole. But overall, in my opinion, these look great. I don't mind these small changes. I'm actually a fan of the aged look. And it's not super bad. It's not like muslin or anything. That's a really aged look. And the official colorway on these is white, black, Game Royal, and Cell. These should be pretty easy to obtain, especially since they're going to be released between the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement and the Air Jordan 11 Legend Blue. But they're going to drop on November 30th, and the retail price will be $140. I know a lot of people associate December with winter, but technically it's still fall, at least until December 21st, and we have multiple pairs that will drop before that time. There is one pair that will drop on December 21st that I will include, although that's technically winter, but it would be a bit weird not to include it. But the first pair I'm going to go over is the Air Jordan 12 Phantom. Now, this pair will be a women's release, and in my opinion, they're really clean. I do kind of like them. The official colorway on these is Phantom Metallic Gold and White, but looking at the photos, as you can see, it comes dressed in mostly Phantom. And then we have Metallic Gold detailing, which hits the eyelets and the plates on the side. It also looks like it is constructed with nubuck in certain areas as well. It could just be your regular leather. But for those interested in this pair, they drop on December 2nd. And the retail price will be $200. Also, if I forgot to mention, they're going to be released in women's sizing. Now for this release, there's definitely going to be some lines. It's going to be hectic, hard to obtain. No, I'm just kidding about this. But this is the Air Jordan 4 Net in white. Yeah, people are not feeling this shoe. I'm not as well. This will also be a women's exclusive release. And essentially what Jordan Brand did, they took the Air Jordan 4 and added a net shroud over the tongue, which also connects to the panels. Now, when I first showed these off, some people asked if the netting could be cut away, and I guess you could cut it away, but I don't know if it's supposed to be. It also doesn't look like it's going to be removable, so if you don't like the look, I guess you could just cut it with some scissors or something a little bit stronger. But for this pair, they come dressed in mostly white, as you could see. They do feature a bit of metallic gold, which hits the hang tags, which includes a Jumpman and the number 23. They will have a Jumpman on the heel, and other than that, the midsole is taken from the Air Jordan 4, the upper as well. We just have that netting on the overlay across the tongues. I guess if you want to look at it in a positive way, you could do some interesting lacing designs. And for those who do want to purchase, they drop on December 2nd, and the retail price will be $210. Again, if I forgot to mention, this will be a women's exclusive release. Soulfly has a new collaboration with Jordan Brand, which will be on the Air Jordan 12. Now, in my opinion, these are really nice, but I have been seeing a lot of complaints basically saying Soulfly stole MANIERE's style, and I can't lie, it kind of does remind me of something MANIERE would release. But I still like the shoes, and it seems that a lot of people are as well. Somebody said it reminded them of a football. I could see that as well. Another thing to point out, I wasn't sure about the bag in the background if they were going to come with the Air Jordan 12, but somebody pointed out if you look closely right beneath the outsole, it does have XII, which is 12. So more than likely the bag will come with the shoes. But this pair will feature a white Baroque brown in cell colorway. They feature white leather up top, and then we have like a smooth leather across the mudguard in brown. Traditionally, that's like a basketball texture leather, so it's a bit different. But at the time of recording, unfortunately, we only have the one image, so we can't see any other angles. We don't know the branding on the tongue or the heels or even the insoles. Hopefully we get a first look soon, which of course I'll cover in upcoming news videos. And for this pair, they're going to drop on December 6th, and the retail price will be $225. This is a shoe that people are waiting for to release, and this is the Air Jordan 5 in white and black. Now, these have actually already dropped overseas during the summer. For some reason, they've been super delayed for the States, which will take place in December. Now, although these are nice and I do like them, I do believe these will eventually go on sale just because there's a lot of nice releases dropping during the holiday season. This is one of them, but I do feel people are going to go after other pairs. Also, some people are calling them the reverse white metallic. They kind of resemble the white metallic Air Jordan 5, which first dropped in the early 2000s. Again, I think this is a very nice shoe, very clean. I will be waiting to pick them up because I do believe they will go on sale. The official colorway is white, black, cell, and metallic silver, and they're going to drop on December 7th. They will be available in full family sizing, so we have men's priced at $200, grade school costs $150, Preschool sizes will cost $90 and toddler sizes will retail at $75. When information first came out that the Air Jordan 11 Legend Blue would be the 2024 Air Jordan 11 release during December, a lot of people were upset because they wanted the Gamma Air Jordan 11 to return. There was some news outlets, if you even want to call them that were saying that they were going to return, and it just wasn't true. Now, since we received multiple images of the shoe, it seems that a lot of people are now excited for the release. Me being one of them, especially since we have the official photos here. Now, it probably isn't a surprise to anybody, but more than likely these are going to shock drop. This is a shoe that we received official images of about 2 weeks ago, and they're not going to drop until December, so more than likely these are going to shock drop, and Jordan Brand has done that with past Air Jordan 11 releases. They've dropped them multiple times before the actual release date. Now, for those that don't know, this is an original colorway, which first dropped in 1996. They're also known as All-Star because Michael Jordan wore the pair during the 1996 NBA All-Star game, which took place in San Antonio. MJ also won MVP by dropping 20 points, grabbing 4 rebounds, and obtaining 1 assist. Back then, they were known as Columbia, but Jordan Brand in 2014 started to call the shade Legend Blue. Now, some people said that Columbia isn't a proper name to use. I've also heard that it was due to trademark reasons. I'm unsure of the actual reason, but moving forward, we saw another release take place in 2001, and then the last time the shoes dropped was in 2014, although some people say that the 2014 pair is not considered the Columbia Air Jordan 11. It was Jordan Brand's attempt to recreate it. They just did a bad job. And in my opinion, the shape, the materials used was really bad on the 2014 pair. Now, from what it looks like on the 2024 pair, I'm definitely happy with them. I think they look really good. And this is an OG Air Jordan 11 that I do not own. So the 2024 release will be my first pickup of this colorway. And I'm definitely happy with the overall look. Now, you can expect this to be a mega GR. They're not going to sell out first day by any means, but I don't think they're going to go on sale. Typically, when the Air Jordan 11 releases, a lot of people go to it, not just sneakerheads, just people who like shoes. They want a fresh pair. The Air Jordan 11 is like the best shoe to go after. I mean, each year I have people who I don't even really talk to, family members, hit me up asking if they can get me the 11s. And I know for a fact they're not into sneakers like that. But what I'm trying to get at is do not pay resale for them. There's no way you should be paying resale unless you want to get them early. And even then, I wouldn't pay resale. The only way is if you have a YouTube channel where you show off shoes and that's something you want to do, then cool. So for this pair, they drop on December 14th. The retail price will be $230, and yes, they will be available in full family sizing. Recently, we received a first look at the Air Jordan 12 Blueberry, and in my opinion, these are really nice. So the nickname Blueberry, I'm not a fan of, but they were given the nickname due to the fact that they take the Air Jordan 12 Cherry color blocking, but instead of red, we have blue, resembling a blueberry. But yeah, I'm not a fan of that nickname. The official colorway on these is white, black, and game royal. I do like the colorway though. These are really nice, but it's another pair that I do believe will go on sale just because, again, we have so many nice releases coming during the holiday season. So for me, I'll probably be patient on them, but to go over the pair, they feature white leather up top. We have blue across the mudguard, most of the midsole, and then that will cover most of the rubber outsole. There is a bit of black, which hits the branding on the tongue and heels and covers the liner. Now, this pair will drop on December 18th. They will be available in full family sizing. Men's is priced at $210, grade school will cost $150, preschool is priced at $90, and toddler sizes will cost $75. The Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low OG Velvet Brown will be released on December 21st. Now, December 21st is the first day of winter. Now, I felt a bit weird about not covering these just because it lands on the same day, and more than likely, when I drop the winter video that I plan on doing in the next couple of months, these will be included in that as well. So for this pair, the official colorway on these is dark mocha, black, and velvet brown. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a fan of these whatsoever. Just something about them I just don't like. But I will say that it does have fall and winter vibes. I can get where people do like them. I'm just not one of them, so you don't have to worry about me going after a size 10.5. There will be one extra size out there for you. Now, as far as availability goes and all that stuff, it's too early to determine that. Hopefully they're available like the medium olive pair that drops in September. A lot of stock. Because I do know people like his shoes, so might as well make them available for those who want to grab them. But for this one, they drop on December 21st. They will be available in full family sizing. Men's is priced at $150. Preschool is priced at $80. And toddler sizes will cost $50. And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you have a second and haven't done so already, also appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. One more thing, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. Again, the Sneaker Files OG shirt is now available. There will be a link in the description. More than likely, there will be an image of the product just below the video. I'll figure out how to connect it to YouTube so you can check out that way. Always appreciate your guys' support. I know it's been a long time since I've been on YouTube, actually just being in sneakers in general. I started the website in 2006, so this is the first time I'm offering a shirt or releasing a shirt, and I'm actually really excited about it. Also, if you wind up picking one up and you take some pictures, tag me on Instagram, Twitter, wherever it is, at Sneaker Files, and I'll definitely share it. But always, I appreciate you guys' support. This does help the channel, of course, and I will have new designs coming out very soon. But for this video, let me know what you're looking forward to. I know there's a ton of releases. This video is going to be long. I edited half of it so far, and it's like 35 minutes, and I know there's a lot more to go, so I do appreciate you if you made it this far. Also, if you have any questions, make sure to leave that down below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to sneakerfiles.com, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.